Fambu, good evening. This Nato Talk News for today, 12 November, Tuesday 2024, with me, Mariama Kalma Marah. But first, make we go for the headlines then. The Anti-Corruption Commission don indict Ecobank Salon Limited for where dem fail for report suspicious transaction. Abubakar Kamara, wey na the coordinator for Budget Advocacy Network, don say one of the key challenge wey dem don dey face as civil society organisation na lack of resources for do dem work. Now for the full news in detail. The Anti-Corruption Commission (ACC) don indict Ecobank Salon Limited for where dem fail for report suspicious transaction wey dey contrary to the Anti-Money Laundering and Combating of Financing of Terrorism Act of 2024. Make we get it to it.
The Anti-Corruption Commission na the body wey responsible for tackle, stop, arrest, charge and prosecute all forms of corrupt acts na salon. Some days back, the Anti-Corruption Commission bin indict and also don charge go court Ecobank Salon Limited because dem no bin report any suspected act wey one of dem staff, Abdul Salim Ansari, wey na im be the head the retail operation na one of Ecobank dem branch wey dey na Lightfoot Boston Street na Freetown. Inside one interview wey True Talk bin do with one of the communication assistants na ACC, Alex Eba, say Abdul Salim Ansari bin get for transfer money wey NP, Connect, Yazbek and some other organizations can pay as tax to NRA and transfer this money to other persons in personal accounts wey na Talo Jalo and other one them.
We indict the bank as a person, Ecobank, because financial institutions then they get huge role for play within the financial sector for ensure say issues of money laundering and illicit financial flows are curbed, are handled. So then get a mandate by provision within inside the Anti-Money Laundering Act for reports suspected illicit financial flows. So we indict the multiple count charge, one of which now the fact that the on count charge where they on failure for report or so, where on the end they renege. When you see somebody and get all of Emmanuel open account, they know your source of income, and then just see Emmanuel in account they get 500 million, poop, they get 1 billion, poop. So they have to raise those red flags. Provision they inside the Anti-Money Laundering Act where them privy to, where they get knowledge of, where them for comply to. But also we indict them on counts of failure to conduct due diligence, because if you get a staff and that staff, the Abdul Salim Ansari, now a signatory, now they authorize such transfer, and you not conduct due diligence of the person, now somebody where as it is alleged, now where they thief then huge thief then your bank also will be held liable. So now make we indict the bank and the two other persons. Then we also get sufficient reason for belief say they had knowledge in this and they were all party to it.
They continue say they also don't charge Abdul Salim Ansari and Talu Jalo on 147 count charges because now them be involved in this act.
So Abdul Salim Ansari, we na the retail operations head na Ecobank, in way they in charge because now really they are the heart of all of this scheme, as the brain or the masterminder. They render those checks as checks that cannot be scanned, and so they request for direct transfers. So for example, the companies them where we identify really where them pay tax, where the tax will reflect, institutions like NP, Connect, Yazbek and several other companies, them Oxfam and all. So they request for them company, then they let them do direct transfers from the original banks. So let's say for example you get bank account at Duty Bank, you want to pay tax, you don't write check, but those checks then say cannot be scanned. So they get a direct transfer directly on the Ecobank account, NRA account on Ecobank. So when they do that transfer, the B-ban, they alter them. The account name would remain NRA, but the B-ban they alter them and then they put the account number of the other two accused persons, Magnus Samuel Valentine Cole and Talu Jalo. Well, these are just ordinary people. Talu Jalo na students na IPAM, and these are just ordinary people with their accounts at the bank. So they put them people in the account number instead of NRA account number. So the funds just they can land na their account. So between March or so to October 2022 March to October 2023, about 1 year 6 months or so, we meant for understand say then do such transfer will accumulate up to 17 million some hundred new loans. Well, if now loans it's about 17 billion.
Mariama Kalma Marah, the report for True Talk Radio.
As one way for increased youth employment, the Commissioner for the National Youth Commission, Ahmed Atata Mansaye, don't talk about how then they work hand in hand with the strategy the way government don't implement and the promise for create 500,000 work for the youth. Make we get it to you. Over 70% of the youth man in a salon no get work, according to the UN 2022 report. And because of this, beaucoup of the youth man engage into things that were no good. This big problem make President Bio put youth employment as the third focus in Big Five agenda. The Commissioner for National Youth Commission, Ahmed Atata Mansaye, don't talk say government ready for tackle this problem. He say the Ministry of Youth Affairs they work hand in hand with the strategies where government do implement for create work opportunity for the youth then at the country.
Governments get strategy, and from that strategy we all as heads of institutions they try for see how we go roll out activities then in order for all meet the international development plan of the government, and in that also again the Honorable Minister of Youth Affairs, Mariama Bangura, they don't sign in performance contract for which also again we might get an engagement with that for law ensure say we try to accomplish some of the promises that we, His Excellency don't make. And on that note, we get several working documents then who they move on with so that we go able to achieve some of the things that all they do. Now that make most of the activities they all get interventions that all they make them in line as part of government policy and government strategies for ensure the 500,000 jobs that we're able to provide them.
Okay. The Commissioner be also explained some of the challenge there we don't make beaucoup youth man they not get to work. The same way so carry on for talk about how they can overcome some challenges with the ministry they face.
The country's population gets a chunk of young people, and many of these young people because of the history of the country ranging from the Civil War, but that's what we make a lot of people go out of schools, some development stop the entire country and all the rest of it. But then those challenges, you look at them and you see the COVID, the Ebola. I mean, you take a look at what is happening at the international or global stage with respect to the Russian-Ukraine war and all the rest of it, where they affect you directly because of we they produce so much as compared to other countries, and we rely on the rest, the wheat, but things that they consume from them countries that make it come to we. So because of the problems that they don't also cause, that is also affecting us. But however, we don't see saying because of that they get problem likely on the economy for our country. We also don't decide for see how we will approach not only primarily focusing on the budgetary allocation on the part of government, but for pay cutting to international organizations and other institutions, we also the support we some of the interventions we do, and that is how we have been able to overcome some of the shocks them way for them probably put it to.
Where youth man they get work, it make them become financial independent, as then go get sense of purpose and also get a chance for contribute positively to the development of the community. Empower the youth with work, not just mean money. It mean better and stable future for Salon. For True Talk News, me and Mariama Kalma Marah, the report. The head of the Financial Intelligence Agency, David Bobo, don't say they and the Ministry of Justice and Ministry of Internal Affairs be don't review the money laundering law and don't try for understand the risk of money laundering. We go help them for solve the problems of money laundering na the country where reporter Mariama Kalma Marah gets more party.
The Financial Intelligence Agency, wey dem be dey call Financial Intelligence Unit (FIU), na the body wey government bin set up for coordinate the fight against financial related crimes dem like money laundering and terrorism financing na the country. This body, according to the Director General David Bobo, not only dey fight against money laundering but also dey fight against proliferation financing. This means say dem focus now dey more on how dem go stop and prevent the one dem wey dey finance people and institutions wey dey into terrorism and dey make weapons of mass destruction. E continue say the FIA don dey work hard for make Salone achieve the international standards dem wey dem set up for financial intelligence.
We get starting international standard wey as a country we for comply with. So each of them standard dem dey assess countries dem as to how you don perform. Salone dem bin assess me in 2019, and luckily me na be the person wey anchor that assessment day. At that time, me na to be the director of the unit. So I get a lot of facts around the assessment and the methodology wey dem dey use for even assess a country. So when dem assess we, dem find out say one, we dey get some weaknesses in the law state. We don able review the law and make am much more robust. Areas dem wey the assessment team dey question in terms of inadequacies, we don try as best as possible to address am. And one area where we help for address are the area where for pay the part for me for all become a member of Egmont. Wetin Egmont dey do, Egmont na side way is FIU that dey sit for share intelligence with any other FIU around the globe. So we don't get that law dey, and that law dey able address a lot of gaps that we dey see. Apart from that, we need to understand we risk. We need to identify, understand we risk, and put in place to mitigate the measures. Alright? Because if you don't understand the kind of thing where they happen, how you will affect them in the first place?
Wey instead been the talk, the head of Legal and Justice Support Department at the Salone Police, ACP Joan Kamara, say for fight against money laundering and other financial crimes them require them to get up-to-date knowledge, and that make them don't try for team criminal investigators for make them know how to investigate them crimes here. So
get various ways in which we dey handle financial crimes. We dey conduct a proper investigation into that. We dey work together with the Ministry of Justice. We dey try as much as possible for make we match up to standard. We investigators dey able for investigate every financial criminal activities where they go on. Like when we talk about money laundering, now a crime where they go with other crime. Now something you don't do for get money, and now you want to go do something for let the world know say, hey, this thing now this person has to do na criminal. So as a result, the minister don't tell you say, as I don't explain, and you will know say now thing will involve technical expertise. So the police, they always strive for see that we match up to standard. And recently, in fact, we conduct for senior officers, the Inspector General of Police, they on the move for ensure that we get trainings for criminal investigators.
financial crimes them, na crimes them wey don dey happen na Salone through different ways, like super adverts, QNet and plenty other one them. Emmanuel Kalma Marah, the report.
Plenty thank you to Emmanuel Kalma Marah for that report today. As part of President Bill in Big Five agenda, Brian Massey say, we are the country lead for budget and information technology, where people sabi as Budget Salone, a non-governmental organization where they work per budget allocation. Don't talk about the third agenda when our youth employment. We talk this inside to talk Good Morning Show. Same way so explain the constraints where the youth ministry dey face because of finance. And this don't make the progress slow. Make we get it to you.
But the challenge we face in terms of policies, we in Africa, including Sierra Leone, we are good in designing policies. We design good policies, but what we are not good at is implementation of those policies. Please look at the Public Finance Management Act. Good laws. If those laws are fully implemented, revenue generation will increase. You understand? A very serious challenge where the ministry, department, and agencies that they face every year. It's a very serious challenge. Governments are aware of that because we don't engage the Ministry of Finance on that. It's a key challenge. It's a very key challenge.
Yeah, because
for instance, 2024, government allocate 17 million
yes,
to the Ministry of Youth. That is abysmal. That is extremely small. If you take youth employment as one of the key programs by 5 key game changers, then you allocate the ministry where the anchor youth employment, where they handle, they push that day. You just get the 17 million. It's too small. So government should show great commitment into youth empowerment by first and foremost be very more intentional in the budget allocations, which they allocate to the Ministry of Youth Affairs, and how the ministry will access that money
on time.
Electoral Commission Salon don end the 2 days 2024 Econex Symposium, where na the 10th General Assembly under the theme the role of electoral management bodies in promoting information integrity as a vital component in safeguarding electoral processes. We reporter Antoinette Kagbo gets more.
Inside the Regional Symposium and General Assembly, wey take place today, 12 November 2024, na Freetown, Garden Blue, Mamiyoko Hotel, under the theme, the role of electoral management body in promoting information integrity, wey na a vital component for safeguard electoral process. The conference gather key stakeholders dem across West Africa for talk for the growing challenge na the electoral information integrity. Inside the conference, the Minister of Information and Civic Education, Sheldon Obad, urged participants for engage meaningful in discussion wey go strengthen the democratic process and prevent electoral misinformation na the region, and continue for talk about the importance for share responsibility for ensure free, fair and credible election. With participants where they express their commitment for fortify democratic process and information integrity across West Africa. For True Talk News, Antoinette Kagbo reports.
Over the years, civil society organization and salon don dey face challenges for do their work, where this don dey abog them. Abubakar Kabara, when na the coordinator for Budget Advocacy Network, say one by the key challenge na lack of resources for do their work. He talk this and more inside one interview na True Talk. And Frida Sam gets more by the
For long time now, civil society organizations don dey act as link between the government and the citizens. Then they help for analyze policy, regulate and monitor the government's performance and also the action of public officials. Then they serve as interaction between the government and citizens then for different work like political, social and economical. Some challenges the way they don dey facing for do their work now. Political intimidation, lack of public interest, access to information, timely intervention of information, and lack of resources for do them work. Inside one interview na True Talk Radio, Abubakar Kamara, wey na the coordinator for Budget Advocacy Network, say one part the key challenges wey dem dey face na lack of funding for do them work and access to information.
Would also one challenge we face in work, because there are certain issues and work they raise
the population they become divided, provided we are looking at where they stand, whether na from party A or party B. So there are times there are going to be heavy criticism on the one they will not favor on waiting you do. In fact, to the extent you see some social media blogger and the glass and all them particular stuff and they, you know, and one aspect is, as you mentioned, is around the resources. You know, civil society not so like a government where we say they get a fixed money for salary and then particular stuff and they, and we also see the aspects of how do we ensure say there are resources for even one the organization itself, because they all pay staff and all of this. So, but again, in relation to resources, it depends again how civil society position themselves, the quality of work where you do, the number of changes them where you they bring into the whole perspective. In fact, Nadamic now most donors and prefer for fund coalition because they want to civil society and come together and be able to come up with a proposal and act on resources. So on that particular aspect, you know, to sort of challenge it, but you also get some amount of, if you are civil society organization or civil society enable market itself, enable produce results, enable produce quality work, then they hinge on the funding landscape Nasalon.
And Gulavali, when are the executive director for Institute for Governance Reform, say the information dissemination at certain areas na the country serve don't be challenged with the facing for the fact for accountability in the country.
If you didn't have McKinney, something and then now you go find it difficult for them to talk. If you didn't have Bo Kennyman, something and then now you go find it difficult for them to talk because the community they invest. So if I know say that one day it's a major constraint to how they work. I think say the capacity of civil society will find for know say we really need for improver. Or now. If government not wants now, I don't make this road there cost me 40 million. How civil society will for oversee? Who said they pull that skill? Me not to engineer. You understand that I don't know how to do bill of quantities for that access down there. So you see say abroad, then civil society the way they did it, they really don't equip themselves. Where civil society they talk and where another government official they talk. So they say and classmate them. They talk something more technical. I think the Salon civil society will actually need for see how we will really try for strengthening capacity. And I think say the opposition back can really help a lot if the opposition and the ruling party they also can help. The opposition can help a new place for they actually give policy direction on how the state will be governed. Say for example, if opposition take now a major rule of law question, you know which groups they will go there around down for ally with them, like CAR. If the opposition take now a major question, say for example, like around census, you go see you get groups them now where they talk say one do on data integrity. They would, but the moment it become high voltage politics between party, you see say no, civil society not the good day. The ruling party therefore play a big role for letting make sure say all the policies and programs where you know let government be driven by policy, not to just politics. If you go to Rwanda, one of the biggest difference between South and Rwanda, to the credit for credit to government, where they see it move more towards a performance-based system. But for we all know say Mr. A in at this position here because of do X, Y, and Z, and if you not do them with the pull them, you understand eh? But if that person in the civil society they holler, hey, no, this person here, you know do well, you still keep and they, you don't say that holler not gonna mean anything again. So the government, it's good. We don't see ministerial performance contract they come out, MDA performance contract they come out. Let the public then see. The moment you move the public towards a performance-driven economy, then you go begin out to see how which role.
As civil society organization, don dey serve as source of information for citizens, government need for ensure say dem get enough resources for carry on with dem work. For True Talk News, me na Elfrida Sunday.
Court don sen ten ce one 34-year-old motorbike rider 36 months na the Pademba Road prison because of fraudulent conversion. Cretin Thomas gets more paditory.
Kaifala Koroma, when a 134-year-old bike man, they began for found and guilty for fraudulent conversion and they don sen ten ce am to 36 months imprisonment na the Pademba Road prison. Koroma began for plead guilty to the charge of fraudulent conversion and make a second appearance before magistrate Mariama Kalma Marah na the Pademba Road Court number 5 na Freetown. September 22, 2024, Koroma began for fraudulently convert one blue TVS motorbike with registration number AQU 510 for a own use and benefit. The bike began for value at around 8,500 leons. And when a one PC 222257 Sano AJ began for make a run as commercial purposes. Before the sentence, prosecutor detective police constable Tambo began for inform the court say Koroma no began no previous criminal record and the accused not be represented by any lawyer, but saying so be plead with the bench for leniency. After consideration, the plea in mitigation magistrate Kalon began for sentence Koroma to 36 months imprisonment, where it will serve na the main correctional facility center na Freetown, where we can call Pademba Road. For True Talk News, my name na Cretin Thomas.
Fambu, as we wrap up the news for today, make we now go for a sports story. Citizens they wait up na Freetown, they call on the Leon Star coach, when Amidu Karim, for make and select the right players them were fit for play by the game against Chad inside Ivory Coast na the AFCON qualifiers. Yakuba Yayaba gets more paditory.
As this week go be the international week for football, where players then go represent them different countries them per different tournaments them. The Salon national team they play tomorrow when at the 13th November 2024 na the AFCON qualifiers against Chad na the Stade de Epembe Abidjan inside Ivory Coast on 7 p.m. evening. And then go play the last game against Zambia inside Liberia na the SKD Complex Stadium. Osai Salon